Trying to set this up. Pumpkin spice latte. I'm at second cup. If you hear the music, it's kind of jazz. Okay, maybe this works. So I'm sitting here trying to kill some time as I wait for Abby's choir practice to be done. We were a few minutes late because we stopped off downtown and had McDonald's again. We first were going to go to the Caribbean restaurant, but it happened to be closed today. They left early for some reason. I'm like, okay, there goes our plans. And then I went to go try and check out the Diner place, which used to be next to McDonald's. I didn't notice last week it was not there, as that used to be another spot we used to check out in the summertime, but it turned into a money mart. So I'm like, instead of keep on walking down Bank Street, let's go to McDonald's and we'll get some more Monopoly stickers. I got a free medium fry. Ooh. So, don't go to McDonald's often, but I do like Monopoly, like the actual game. So, checking out Monopoly stickers. But, that's it. So, this weekend will be fun. Abby and I are going to W. Ross McDonald, which is the School for the Blind in Brantford, Ontario, for a parent and kid weekend. So the kids with visual impairments do their own thing and the parents do their own thing. Basically, it helps us parents get informed about various eye conditions, and also we get to network amongst ourselves to see what has worked for our children versus, getting an insight for other people's children, because everybody's eye conditions are different, and what works for mine might not work for yours. But also we get some orientation mobility training, as well as usually we put like blindfolders on with various eye conditions, which is kind of cool, like glaucoma or cataracts or tunnel vision, and then we have to navigate and be guided by somebody. Last time I did it, we did tandem biking, which was really hard to do, and that was kind of fun too. Also, Abby gets to meet up with her friends that she's made over the years of going to the short-term placements. So this is an opportunity for kids that are being not sponsored, or they're being helped by their local schools, being supported by their local schools to go to W. Ross and learn a skill or to make friends, because usually kids with visual impairments in their local school are like the only one. Like Abby is the only child in her school with a visual impairment, and so the school only has to deal with her. Like there's other kids with various disabilities and stuff, but she's a rare case is that she only has a physical disability. So she's under the head of the special needs department, but she also has a resource room for those with a learning disability, which she doesn't have. But it allows her to kind of go where she wants to, and sometimes the special needs department tends to have donuts and cookies and stuff. So she tends to sometimes like to go down there and see what's available because she likes to have her snacks too. So, but she's in high school and she's in the academic stream. So here in Canada we have academic stream, applied stream, and locally developed, and then K courses. So academic stream is for the university bound as well as applied. Could be for university or college, depending on what you're taking. So if you're going to university for English, you might only need to have English courses at the university level, and you can have the rest at the applied or open credits. So it's kind of a little bit different. You have to make these decisions like in grade 9, 10. But you can always, if your decisions change, you can always switch streams. It's easier to switch from academic to applied than vice versa, because sometimes you're not covering the whole course load. But she's doing well. She wants to do something either with English or science. My other daughter is mainly in the applied and open stream. She's not sure what she wants to do yet, but she likes doing business stuff. So this year she's taking accounting and that. So, and she's good with math. So, which is yay. She didn't get, neither one of them got it from me, as math was my worst subject. High school is getting kind of busy for both of them. They keep on getting lots of homework, a lot more than what I remember, but high school was many moons ago. So I think it's just a little bit different now. Theirs just goes much faster. But that is that. Oh, I was talking about W. Ross this weekend. And also this weekend, my oldest will be staying home with Daddy, and they'll be cooking up a storm and hopefully doing dishes while I'm gone. So that should be fun. They get to have Daddy-daughter time, and I get to have Abby and Mommy time. That is about it. Oh, we get to take we get to go to the airport, but not the big airport, but the charter planes. So we go on this like bearskin airplane that you can't stand up in, and I'm 5'4", and I can't stand up in. I have to crunch over like this. But when I sit down, it's beautiful seats, but it's very loud because it's a propeller plane. So there's like an aisle and a seat, and it goes. I think it can fit maybe 20 people on the plane. But it's a short distance. It's the school board. There's kids that go to the school year-round, and they go to school there, and they get flown in all across Ontario. So you can go to the school, and it's completely free, and it's covered by the Ministry of Education. So if your school doesn't have the supports or the technology and all that stuff, you can go to this school, because some of the places way up north, Northern Ontario, there's not a lot of resources, and getting the resources up there, it's crazy expensive and very hard to do. There's not even a lot of itinerant teachers that can even go there to support the kids, right? You have to have people who are willing to take the job up there. So sometimes it's better for them to come to the school in Southern Ontario. So they go to school during the week, and then they get flown home Friday at noon. So they go to school, they go to classes Friday morning, they have lunch at school, then they get to the airport. If they live in Toronto area, they can get bused home or around there. Either bused by like a little Voyager bus, or by taxi type cars or vans. And if they live further, they will go by plane. So we know one student that Abby's friends with here in Ottawa that did go to the school last year, and so she would go to school during the week and come home on the weekends. So she'd come home Friday at noon-ish and stay until Sunday at night. So she'd have supper with her family, fly back to school, and then they live in dorm rooms like university. The younger kids, it's more of a hospital ward type room where I think there's 2 or 4 beds per room, and then each room has like a common room, like a living room and dining room and kitchen. So in the high school area, it's like apartments, like university apartments. So there's 2 beds and desks, and there's 4 of those rooms around an apartment where there's a whole living room, a whole dining room, kitchen, and 3 or 4 bathrooms, one of them completely accessible in case there's anybody with a wheelchair. One with a tub and one with a shower. And then there's another room, like a rec room, where there's like crafts or a piano or a keyboard or whatever the kids that are in that dorm want. So if they are musical kids, they can have a whole bunch of musical instruments. If they're crafty ones, they have crafty stuff. But I'm hoping to take some video. I won't necessarily take video of the kids or parents without their permission. I'll try to blur them out if I do actually get them. But the grounds is beautiful. I think it's on like 10 or 40 acres of land, and it's beautiful. And it's a very nice school. It has its own pool, and it has a huge gym with a running track on the 2nd floor with a rock climbing wall. There's also a rock climbing wall in the pool. And they have tandem bikes and a basketball court and a skating rink in the wintertime outside. And everything there is accessible and geared to people with little or no vision. So there's tactile markings everywhere, and it's quite an interesting place. People ask, well, will I ever go there? She might go out for a leap year, like finish off her schooling, and then, because she's right now in school, she's only taking 7 courses instead of 8, because she's taking a spare during academic, like after academic math. So she has the time to work on the math work, because academic math goes really fast and there's a lot of work involved, and it's a concept that's really hard to grasp when you don't have a vision for it. But we allow her to have the spare, so she has the extra time to relearn and the subjects. So she's going to be missing a couple of courses by the time she's done her 4 years. But since she's a December baby, she would be 17 anyways in her graduating year, which I think is a little bit young. So if she takes an extra year to finish off her courses, she might go there for her last year of school or something. We haven't quite decided. That's kind of a possibility. I don't know. I would, personally, I would probably never have sent her there when she was younger, just because I didn't want to be away from her. And even though the school there for the younger kids are good for some kids and stuff, not necessarily great for others. Even though there would be small classes, like even in high school, there's like 8 or 10 kids per class. And that's another reason why we didn't send her for high school, and convinced her that we might send her for 1 year, but not for all of her high school, because her opportunities for classes there are limited, because there are only so many kids. Like I think there's about 200 or 250 kids in the whole school. That's from kindergarten to grade 12. So, when you have like 50 kids in high school, or even in just like, grade 11 and 12, you can only have so many classes, so only certain classes are running each term. So the fun or extracurricular activities like hospitality tourism, or tourism geography, or um, dramatic arts, or whatever, might not be running, and she would not have those opportunities. Like, for example, if she had a bit more sight, she might take construction or automotive like her sister is doing at our local school. I don't, she's said she'd want to take it now, and I'm like, well, you could take it. I don't know how effective it would be, or how much you would get from it, or how much of a stress you might cause the teacher, because Abby is always a child who likes to push boundaries, that's for sure. So if if you tell her that she can't do it, or that it might be difficult for her to do it, she's going to be out there to prove you wrong. That's Abby, which will be great when she moves out. Her being at home like that is sometimes stressful, because we butt heads, because we're both a bit headstrong, and we're too much alike sometimes, and we're also too different in certain aspects. So she's definitely an interesting child, and I can see her and her sister going places. Her sister is a really smart cookie too. She's a great problem solver, and she has a lot of empathy, and kind of is drawn to the oddball people, or the new kid at school. She's the type of person. Her sister will go up to the new kid at school and befriend them and show them around, or something like that. So I think I did pretty good. Well, I don't know how much of it was me, but both the girls are quite great little people. I can't believe my oldest is 16, going to be 17 next year, and she's 1 more year of school. Maybe if she takes a leap year, maybe a second year. I don't know. Oh, I can't believe it. But I don't see anybody popping in, so I guess I'll finish this live stream. This is just me talking. Have a coffee. Bye. Feel free to comment below of anything you see in this video, and if you'd like to hear more about it or ask questions.